What up, YouTube? This is Geo Stealth R1. What are we doing today? So, let's talk about all the updates and upgrades that are for the Mini Maxx right now. So, as of right now, I do have the LED kit, which has the LED underbody and the LED, well, the body protector. Plus, I have a brand new body in there. Now, well, let's go to this side. We got the wheelie bar and red nuts for the wheels. I thought it would match up with all the other red aluminum that I have over here. But what do I have over here? Well, this is what I'm going to be installing. This is the differential kit, the center diff, which I wanted, and it has metal and everything, like metal casing. Part number is 10760R. That was very pricey. So, yep. I believe I had to buy this, and this is 10762. This is the pinion for this thing. I think I needed to buy this. I'm not too sure. I'm going to probably bet that I did. But yeah, all right, that's over there. And then, waiting for this part, I got a spare over here, and this is part number 10761X. And then, both of them 47? I can't even tell. Yeah, both of them were so the same exact thing. The center drive shaft. I know guys have been modifying the center drive shafts to fit this, but this is 10757X. So this would be fairly simple. I hope it's going to be fairly simple because as of right now, I'm going to be taking off the body. I know there's a few screws that I have to move on the back and at the bottom as well. Let me see, take off this body real quick and see exactly where we're going to be at. So I got to take off screws over here, over here, over here. I think it's all four together. This right there. Then also I have to release all screws over here. And then we're going to take that apart, release the back, and finally get rid of that plastic drive shaft and put it actually an actual aluminum drive shaft, which makes it a lot stronger. And then I get to have my center diff. So let's begin. Alrighty, so I ended up releasing the rear from the chassis itself. Here's this plastic nonsense that's over here. Yeah, I needed to get rid of this immediately. I wasn't happy that the fact that it had plastic and stuff like that. This should strengthen everything that I need over there. I think what has to happen is I have to take this whole thing apart so I'm able to adapt the pinion gear. So that's what's going to have to happen. I got to take this whole thing apart. Now the question is, how does this come apart? So I see the one screw on top, and I'm guessing, see, those are the hinge pins. But we're going to figure this out, and yeah, I'll get back to you. Yeah, very interesting. Definitely not like the X Max or the Maxx. All right, so it looks like you have to release this screw, and I'm going to have to take apart the top of the shocks so it all opens up for me to get to all those screws at the bottom that's holding my diff casing. So I think at this point my hinge pins have to come out too. But while I'm in here, let's go find out if I'm all greased up and ready to go. So let's take this whole thing apart. Alrighty, so after removing these pins out there, it was roughly around 6 screws that I had to take apart with my 2.0. So what do we have here? Here is my diff, my rear diff, and I have to change this piece out. And this is going to be the pinion gear for the differential. You have to buy this to incorporate your differential kits. So yeah. So primarily what I need to do is I need to lift this up, take that out, utilize the same bearing right there, and then slide that back in. Let me do that right now. Alrighty, so that was a pretty quick swap out. Realistically speaking, I think I want to grease this up. I'm probably gonna clean this area out and throw my marine grease, and yeah, that's primarily what I want to do. I'm gonna throw my marine grease over there. I'm gonna put the differential cap back on and reassemble this whole thing. I want to make sure everything is on point. So let me do that off camera. Hopefully everything goes well, and then let's rebuild this bad boy back up to par with the center diff. So let's get this thing going. Alrighty, now that I have the top back on, why not throw the wheelie bar? Part number is 10776 black. I'm going to throw the wheelie bar in before I actually put the top of the rear chassis. And yeah, it should be only 2 screws. These are the screws that they give you. It's going to be 2 screws that are going to be mounted back there. Let's install that right now. Just a little bit of the additive piece. Alrighty, so the rear has been assembled, and now finally we get to put the center drive shaft, which I don't know why it took Traxxas to release this. It took it a while, but here we go. The center drive shaft 10757X, and I'm able to adapt my center diff 10760R. I guess that's kind of pricey, but all that's going to do is I'm going to slide the center drive shafts in here and then adapt this in here, kind of like the way the slash 4x4 goes in. Lock that up in there, and I'll close it all together. At the same time, once I close everything up, I'm going to put this whole mini Maxx together, and I'm going to throw in my red anodized nuts for the wheels, just to give it the complete look. So part number is 1747A. So I'm going to put this whole thing together, and let's see what the final product's going to look like. Quick tip. Don't forget to take this bearing out, because I started installing it without the bearing, and I just had to disassemble it again. So don't forget the bearing, just to give you a heads up. Alrighty, so everything's installed. As you can see, I got the aluminum nuts for my wheels. I got the wheelie bar that's back there. And internally, I have my center diff with my aluminum drive shaft. Kind of thought I would hear a little bit more metal, but yep, that's installed over there. I'm very happy that that was done. It does strengthen the drive line and everything like that. So I think that was very good that finally the center drive shaft ended up come back here, and I have my center diff, which that's one of the main things that I needed on this RC. I've noticed that a lot of people are breaking diffs. I know people are breaking just a whole bunch of things on this RC, and I'm trying to strengthen it as much as I can. I'm gonna drive it on the BL2S first, and then once I start ripping around with it and everything like that, then I'm gonna upgrade it to a VXL system or something else. Who knows? But hopefully this video was informative to you. Definitely leave me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that when you guys do that. It does syndicate the channel a little bit more. More upgrades are coming. Like I said, I do have a whole bunch of stuff over there. And yeah, so rate, comment, subscribe. Turn on thumbs up on YouTube. Later.